Hi guys, my name is Alina and welcome to my channel at Ali C Studio. However, my studio is in my bedroom. With everything that's going on, I figured it'd be cool to kind of maybe go over some of the art that I do now that we're at home indefinitely. And since we're nearing the end of April and getting into the beginning of May, I thought I would start off with how I'm currently setting up my bullet journal. It is relatively short just because I can't, there isn't much to fill out my days anymore, so I don't plan out weeklies like I used to. But yeah, I'm just going to show you guys how I did the May setup and let the voiceover take over at this point. Okay guys, so starting off, I actually erased, all I wrote on the front page was May cover page. So I just erased that off, and then I'm looking at the guides that I placed at the beginning of my bullet journal to kind of address where I want to put the May so that it's centered. I decided that I was going to split the page up in thirds and then write May in the middle. And so I'm using the Kelly Creates metallic brush markers, and each month in this new bullet journal that I got, I've decided to do a different color theme, and for the month of May, it's kind of like this red metallic color. Well, not metallic, but red. So I wrote May in the Kelly Creates red brush marker, and then I decided that where that border line for the third, where May was, I was going to do some flowers or some flower designs. So you see me here just using a bunch of different red slash pink, and there's even a rose one, gel pens to create this sort of flowery border on the bottom and then later on the top of the May. Sorry guys. Just as a side note, gel pens do take a while to dry, so just be careful that you don't smudge any of your floral designs or floral drawings, to make sure that you wait a good amount of time before they dry so that you can flip the page. So now I'm just doing some floral designs on the top, so it's sort of like encasing the word May in between these two floral borders, which I think turned out really, really cute. So I think in this one I used 4 different colored gel pens, all variations of vermilion, pink, red, and rose, I believe, from the Sakura Jelly Roll gel pens in the Moonlight pack, I believe. And then after I finished up the floral designs, I decided that I wanted to use the Jelly Roll metallic gel pens, and then I put little dots, almost like sparkles or glitter, around the flowers in 3 of the different colors. I think there was a burgundy, a pink, and a red. And then you'll see that I just used a piece of vellum and I cut them in half and I put them in between the pages so that it protects the gel pens just in case from smearing, but also the Kelly Creates. I find that when I write on the back side of the page, it sometimes transfers onto the other side. So I like to use the vellum to kind of protect the pages. So now on this next setup, no, that's not the right word. On this next 2 pages, I can't remember the word right now, I'm drawing a blank. I'm just creating the monthly calendar. I love doing monthly calendars. It's probably one of my favorite ways to keep track of what I'm doing and what needs to be done throughout the month. I decided on this, I've been really liking actually this simple kind of, one line um, one line on top kind of calendar instead of boxes. It just gives it a more clean, kind of simple look to it, and I've been really enjoying it lately actually. Originally, I didn't think I was going to like it too much, but it's actually a very, very nice design. Now I'm just filling in the days of the week. Also, I find that some of these gel pens sometimes like the ink will stop flowing. So you'll see me kind of move my arm over to the side and doodle on that scrap piece of napkin just to get the ink flowing again because I find that it stops a lot. So I keep having to go back and like get it to move again, almost as if like the ball stopped rolling or something. So now I'm just filling in the important dates. So right now it's just birthdays and holidays, so like Victoria Day and Mother's Day. And I have that set up at the beginning of my bullet journal in the yearly log or the year at a glance. And then I just took a picture of it because I didn't want to flip back and forth anymore. And then in the yellow, those are like things like bills that have to be done. And then I also wrote out when the next report is due for CERB because uh, we all know that we have to get it done, and I tend to forget. So that's a great way to keep up or keep track of that, I guess. So next, I wrote out the word May in the same Kelly Creates brush marker, and then kind of drew these vines around the page, which I accidentally cut into the 31st and the 26th, I believe, accidentally, but nothing can be done at this point. So then I used some metallic gel pens and just kind of created little flower doodles around those vines. So on the next spread, that's the word, I'm going to be doing an expense tracker and a waiting on tracker. So I wanted to do an expense tracker that could keep track of what I was spending, but also any kind of money that I was getting from CERB, just because I think it's a good idea to keep track of that kind of stuff. And also like payments to my Visa or my phone bills that I have to do so I know kind of like budgeting sort of in terms of how much money I have left and what I can spend on and what I shouldn't, or groceries and stuff like that. I also decided to do the waiting on spread because I do need to order a few things. For instance, in the month of May, I will be getting a new desk, which I want to keep track of so I know when it's coming in, as well as probably some new sticker papers from Online Labels so that I can make some new stickers because I'm running low. So that waiting on is really useful. And now I'm just making the columns. In the expenses, I have the date, the description, minus, so any money that I spent, plus any money that came into my account, a D for whether or not I spent it on my debit or got money in my debit, and then a V for Visa in case I used it for online spending, just so I could keep track of what I was using on my Visa because I am very bad at that, and then making sure that I pay that back from my debit account. And then on the waiting on section, I have a column named date. So when I ordered it, the description, ED, which is the estimated date that it should be arriving, a W for waiting, so I'll just do like an X, and then R for received. And then that's it. So then the next spread and the final spread is going to be, I decided to do a rolling weekly just because with us all being inside and in quarantine, there isn't really much for me to plan out on a weekly basis anymore. And now that I'm done school, I don't have to plan so far in the future or mark days for assignments when they're due and stuff like that. So doing a rolling weekly just seemed to make the most sense. I decided to base it off of one of my March weekly spreads, which I really, really liked. If I had a bigger bullet journal, it'd probably look a little better, but here we are. And I do make a lot of mistakes in this one spread. I just wasn't counting properly in terms of the squares and stuff. So with the blackout bullet journal, a Sharpie is really helpful because it's really easy to just kind of erase those white gel pens marks. So I have May 2020 at the top on the sidebar with the calendar underneath, of course. And then under that, I've decided to track my habits on a weekly basis. So I have a U for ukulele practice, B for brushing my teeth, I believe, every night, because I already brush in the morning, but sometimes, you know. And then I can't remember the last one. But anyways, and that's it for the Rolling Weekly. And there's the flip through, and we're done. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. It was a really, really simple bullet journal setup. And I hope you guys were able to follow along. Okay guys, and that's it. I know it was a super short video, like I said, but hopefully you guys found it interesting and you'll stick around for my next video, which hopefully I think is going to be setting up my art drawers, which I did maybe last week. So please hit that subscribe button if you like it, that is, or like the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.